Can you fit 5 diamonds into the frame? The window size is just right to place the diamonds one by one, which seems very simple. But the problem is, when we place 4 diamonds, there's not enough space to place the last one. You can try arranging them in different ways, but most of the time you won't be able to fit the last diamond into the frame because there's only one correct solution. Finding it isn't easy. What is that solution? You need to place the first diamond in the top right corner without occupying the window space. Then place the second one and rotate it to fit it on the left side of the first one. The third one must fill the space in the top left corner, and we can rotate it gradually until it fits properly. The fourth one can't be placed randomly. We need to rotate it and use the groove here to place it. At this point, we will have just enough space to fit the last diamond. Do you like this puzzle? Can you build a letter T with 4 pieces? This is a classic puzzle that originated in the 17th century. It's called the T puzzle. It looks simple, but when you try it, you'll notice that the T you build is not complete. You can try to arrange the pieces in different ways, but each time you'll end up with a piece missing. Usually, these puzzles are hard to solve, and you need to find the right way to put each piece. There's a tricky part. You'll notice that this piece has a very special shape, and when it's combined with the other 3 pieces, it forms a strange angle. This angle doesn't exist in the letter T, so the position of this piece is the key to solving the puzzle. So, what's the solution? Usually, we would put it horizontally, and then, no matter how the other pieces are placed, they won't form a complete T. What you have to do is put this piece at a certain angle, then put this piece below it. Finally, put the 2 pieces on either side of it. This will form a complete letter T. Did you like this puzzle? Can you fit 5 blocks in a box? This is a famous puzzle from the 20th century. When you try to fit 4 blocks in, you realize that there is not enough room for the 5th. You can try to arrange the blocks in other ways, but if you just use a simple placement strategy, eventually you will end up with a block that does not fit in the box. You will notice that no matter how you put the blocks together, the last block will go over the edge of the box. Do you think about what the solution is? It is actually very simple. All you have to do is move this block up, and when the 2 blocks swap places, a gap will form between them where the last block can be placed. Can this solution be implemented in the box? Now the puzzle is solved. Did you like this puzzle? Can you fit all the letters into the box and make sure they don't go over the edge of the box? It sounds easy, but once you start trying, you'll notice that after you've placed some letters, there's no room for the rest. You can try to arrange all the letters in different ways. And although it seems to go smoothly, most of the time, you'll end up with 1 or 2 letters that don't fit into the frame. So, what's the solution? First, all you have to do is place the I here, then place the sh here. One of the tricky things about this puzzle is that we don't know the correct position and orientation of the letters. There's no clue as to where each letter should go. As you can see, each letter can be placed in different positions. You have to find the only correct solution among the many wrong combinations. This can take you hours. Finally, we place the f here, and now there's space to fit the last L perfectly. Did you like this puzzle? Can you fit 4 hammers into the frame? This is a classic puzzle published in 1980. As you can see, it's already difficult to fit 3 hammers, so how can you fit 4? Because of the special shape of the hammers, no matter how you put them, a lot of space will be wasted. After a while of trying, you may find many ways to fit 3 hammers, but most of the time, there is not enough space for the 4th hammer. You may conclude that it is impossible unless you can find a way to use the space more efficiently. So, what is the solution? The puzzle has a very satisfying solution. Let's see how to place it. What you have to do is place a hammer in the lower left corner, although this will waste some space. Then, place a hammer here. As you can see, there is still a lot of space left. Next, place the 3rd hammer here. So, can the remaining space accommodate the last hammer? The 4 hammers form a symmetrical shape. Did you like this puzzle? Can you separate the 4 pieces? You might think it's easy, but this is an infinite loop puzzle because when you try to remove one of the pieces, it gets stuck. You can also try to move it down, and it will separate from this piece and move to the next piece, but but it will get stuck again. You can try to remove any of the pieces, and the result is the same. It seems to be stuck in an infinite loop, making it impossible to separate. What if I tell you that, in fact, the solution is very simple, but it requires you to think outside the box? What you have to do is grab two pieces and move them in opposite directions to form something like a staircase. Then, move the left piece to shift the two diagonal pieces onto a flat surface. Finally, rotate them to find a suitable angle to separate two of the pieces. Once that's done, you can easily separate the other pieces, because there is no loop anymore. Did you like this puzzle? Do you know how to put 8 sticks in a box? This is an old puzzle that originated in the 18th century. You might think it's easy, but in fact, when you put 7 sticks in the box, you find that there is not enough room for the last stick. You can try to rearrange the sticks in different ways, but if you simply put them together, you will eventually have a stick that doesn't fit in the box. So, what is the solution? You will notice that the sticks come in 4 different lengths. What you have to do is place the 3 sticks from longest to shortest first. Then, place the 3 sticks of the same length in the opposite direction. If I put the other 2 sticks directly, you will find that there is still not enough room. Is there any simple way to solve the puzzle? We can move the 3 sticks up. This will create a space in the middle of the box. Place 1 stick like this, and now there is enough room for the last stick. Did you like this puzzle? Can you fit 6 circular pieces into the box? This is a famous 20th century puzzle called the chips. It looks easy enough, but in fact, when you put 5 chips in, you will find that the last chip will extend beyond the edge of the box. You can try to arrange all the chips in different ways, but if you just place them directly, there will eventually be a chip that does not fit completely into the box. So, what is the solution? What you need to do is place a chip at the bottom of the box. Then, place the second chip vertically to the left of it. Place the third chip vertically above it. Now there is no room for any more chips. So what should you do? You can place the 4th chip on the side of the box, and then by rotating it, it will fit on the top of the box. If we continue to place chips, there will still be a chip that extends beyond the edge of the box. To fix this, move the bottom chip to the left. Then move the top 2 chips up. Now you have enough space for the last chip. Did you like this puzzle? Can you put a triangle in a square? We have 2 boxes, and the triangle is made up of 4 pieces. Our task is to put them inside this cube box. At first glance, this seems impossible because the sides of the square are much smaller than those of the triangle. But what if I told you that we could complete this challenge with just a few simple movements? What do you think the solution would be? We need to apply some knowledge of geometry. If you look closely at the 4 pieces, you'll see that each piece has a right angle. The solution. First, take out all the pieces and place them on the table. Then rotate the first yellow piece and place it here. Repeat the same step with the second yellow piece. Finally, move the pink pieces into place. Now we can see that they have formed a cube. So can they fit inside the box? Yes. The puzzle is solved perfectly. Did you like this puzzle?